Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things homesteading, homemaking, and just our journey to a slower, more simple life. I can't believe it is almost Christmas. As you see behind me, I have the beautiful Christmas tree, which I just adore. It has so many antique ornaments. A lot of the ornaments on this tree are over 70 years old. They were on my grandmother and grandfather's Christmas tree when they were my age, so that's so special. And if you can see out the window, I'm not sure if you can, but we have snow on the ground, which is exciting also. I really do love the snow, especially the first snow before it starts kind of getting muddy and stuff like that. It's just so beautiful and right on time for Christmas, which is so great. So speaking of Christmas, I know that a lot of us like to give gifts to our loved ones. I've made a video a little bit ago about some gift ideas that you could get for your loved ones. But in my personal opinion, the best gifts of all are always homemade. And so in this video, I'm going to share a few ideas for some last minute homemade things that you can make for the people that you love. For being on a bit of a time crunch now, you probably wouldn't be able to knit a full sweater or anything like that, but that doesn't mean you can't knit or crochet something for a loved one. Here's a pretty easy project I'm working on right now that I'm just flying through. It is just a scarf with a pretty pattern to it, and I love how it's turning out, but that is very quick. Also, headbands are even quicker. A lot of people love those nice warm knit headbands that you can put on. You don't have to worry about your ponytail or your braids because it just goes right around the ears. And also mittens are pretty quick to knit. My mother knit these in a day, and these make great stocking stuffers as well. So if you knit or crochet, it is not too late. You can pop out some little projects and make somebody very happy. My next homemade gift idea, which is super easy, and I need to make some more because I am getting very low, I use this so much, is some tallow lotion. Girls especially can be very into their beauty products, which I understand, but is not really the best when we consider that a lot of the beauty products out there on the market, especially the cheaper ones, which a lot of us gravitate towards because things be expensive nowadays, but they're just filled with not good things that have been linked to different cancers, stuff that we should not be putting on our largest organ, which is our skin. If you didn't know, tallow is basically rendered beef fat. There is some debate whether it is the specific fat around the kidneys can only be tallow, or if you can call all of it tallow just of different quality. I really haven't been able to find a definite answer on that. But if you didn't know, it is great for cooking, but it is also fantastic for your skin. All natural, of course. The only ingredient is beef fat, and I like to add a smell. So I have some cinnamon oil in mine, and it smells so good. But let me just go ahead and show you, especially on a tattoo, how that brightens it right up. It makes my skin feel so soft. It is so soft. Look how wonderful. It doesn't feel like what you might think rubbing fat on yourself would feel like. It's not like rubbing a stick of butter all over you. It's a little greasy to the touch at first, but it absorbs in super quickly, like it's already completely absorbed. It is so soft. It is the best. And if you don't have tallow, you can buy it online, but my recommendation is whenever you get some cuts of meat, or if you go to a butcher at all ever, ask for them to keep the tallow. It is super easy to render it down. You just chop it up into about inch-sized bites, that fat, put it in a Dutch oven at a very low heat, like 220 in your oven, and just leave it for a few hours. And there you have tallow. To make it an even better texture, I like to whip that tallow up almost like a body whip butter kind of situation. And like I said, I like to put a little smell. You don't have to put a smell. You could even add some kind of natural dye to it as well if you wanted to give it pretty color. But what an absolutely fantastic gift. And not just for the ladies too. Guys definitely need some cream for their hands. A lot of the times guys' hands get really rough from the hard work they do with different things. Definitely 100% better take on the gift of getting somebody those, lotion packs that they like to sell all together in bargain stores a lot of the time with different lotions and face creams and stuff all packed together, but who knows what's in it. I definitely recommend going this route. Now you can come follow me into the kitchen where we will go over some more ideas. So the kitchen is the perfect place for last minute gift ideas. We have tons of ideas. You can gift a homemade vinegar. This is a little bit of a chive blossom vinegar that I made this summer. If you had quite a bit of that, or it's very easy actually to make apple cider vinegar. So homemade vinegars is a great idea. Of course, homemade jams. Everybody loves jam. Anything you have in your pantry that you canned up this year, people really do. At least I enjoy getting it. But don't just give somebody the thing that you canned up for the first time and you didn't really like it didn't really taste good. Give them something that you actually really like and want to share. But I know me personally, I love when somebody gives me something that they canned. It's so exciting. And you can definitely gift a herb spice blend. This is a curry powder mixture that I made by just mixing a bunch of herbs together. Maybe you have a special way you season something and a friend of yours just absolutely loves that dish. Maybe you mix together that blend, that specific homemade blend, and gift them that. Something that seems like a really popular gift idea are these hot cocoa mixes, or just these hot cocoa bar packs where people get hot cocoa mix from the store and buy some marshmallows. I think if you're a fan of holiday drinks, that is a really great idea. I love myself a hot cup of hot chocolate with marshmallows as well, but I don't necessarily want to go with the store option, especially when it comes to the marshmallows. So this is my version of that. We got here a container, an old container that I had. I painted it red and white just for fun. You don't have to, obviously, and put a bow on top. But this is filled with my own hot cocoa mix, and it is super easy to make. There's definitely different ways to make it as well, so you can look up all kinds of different recipes. For me, I just like to keep it simple. I go with cocoa powder, confectioner's sugar, just to give it a little less of a grit. For me personally, I put a little bit less sugar than some people would. Usually you want to do about a half-half, maybe even a little bit more on the sugar. And then my special touch is some cinnamon in it as well, because I love that warmness that comes with cinnamon in a drink. And you might think the homemade marshmallows will be the complicated part, but this is actually my first year making homemade marshmallows, and it is a super easy process. What I used for the marshmallows was a cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup water and a 1/6 cup of maple syrup, all in a pot. And I mixed that together and kind of let that dissolve a little bit. Once it dissolved, I put it onto a medium heat and I wanted to see it start bubbling. Once that happened, I put a lid over it and let it cook, did not touch it at all, for about 2 minutes. And then I just waited for that mixture to get to 245, so you have to have some kind of thermometer for this recipe. It's definitely similar to making a caramel or any kind of that stretchy candy. In a separate bowl, I put 7 teaspoons of unflavored gelatin, as well as another 1/4 cup of water, and just mix that together and made sure that was good. Put it in my mixer, and then once the sugar mixture got to about 240 degrees, I waited for the bubbles to come down just a bit and pour that into my mixer and just let it go very fast. And then I personally added a little bit of vanilla for a vanilla flavor. And the mixer really does the job for you. You can watch as it turns from just kind of a brown, wet, sugary mixture to this white, fluffy mixture. And then it got to look just like marshmallow fluff. If you've ever seen that from the store, it looked just like it. And it was super sticky. It definitely is a bit hard to work with at this stage. Then in a greased pan, make sure it's greased or it won't come out. You pour to the best of your ability. Of course, it's sticky like marshmallow fluff, so it doesn't really pour, but you spread it out as best as you can. Let it sit for a few hours, and it should then be very firm and all together and not sticky like marshmallow. Then you just cut it up into your preferred sizes, and there you have perfect marshmallow for hot chocolate or any other marshmallow recipe. And yes, this tastes exactly like a marshmallow from the store. And why I love this recipe specifically is a lot of recipes even homemade marshmallows still tell you to use stuff like corn syrup, which is not something I will ever use in my house personally. And the marshmallows in the store have everything in them that you can't pronounce, as well as corn syrup, usually soy, all kinds of crazy stuff. So knowing that it is not a very hard process to make marshmallows for this special time of year is great, and is the perfect thing to go with a hot cocoa mix. And so there's the homemade version that most people will probably have these ingredients on hand. And these marshmallows are said to last for a very long time. You shouldn't have to worry about them going bad on anybody. And my last good idea for a gift for a friend is actually a cookie box, a cookie gift box. So you just bake a bunch of different cookies and put them together in a nice, pretty box. And I like to do this every year. I make a bunch of cookies and have a bunch of containers, and I give them out to anybody. I give them out to my neighbors, my friends. If you'd like to see exactly how I do that, I will put the video right here for you to check it out. I make 5 different cookie recipes, and they're pretty unique, and they all turned out delicious. So I hope you will check that one out. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up this short little video. I hope that helped anybody out there that is feeling really short on time and doesn't know what to do, and that can give you a very quick idea that is also still meaningful and will not just go to waste. If you liked being here, please consider subscribing to join this community of like-minded folks, and I do hope to see you next time. Bye!